biggest mistake I see so many trainers making, and it's not your fault, is this. What happened with this that was more important wasn't the money, is it broke the limiting belief. Because at that point, I only believed people would pay £40 to £100 for a fitness program. Money now in your pocket is much more valuable than money later, because money later may never come. You'll not be selling ebooks for like £9.97, £5, £20, £30. Are you an online trainer who's looking to run their business the right way? The reality is, I'm about to reveal the secret, and that's to do exactly what I didn't do. The reality is, I have a multi-7-figure fitness business now, but I did this completely the wrong way because I didn't have me to guide me. Now, the reality is this. There's some huge pitfalls you can do, which are going to set you back in time and set you back in money. And what I want you to take from this podcast is what not to do and how's the quickest way to go from point A to point B. Now, to talk about how I got started. So originally, for anyone who doesn't know, I used to be an estate agent 5 years ago. I left my full-time job. And for context, I remember sitting on my sofa in Reigate, writing up PDF work documents for diet plans for people and selling them for £40 a month. It would take me 45 to 60 minutes to do a check-in to update this Word document. I had to manually type it, click export to PDF, manually email it. It was incredibly inefficient, and look back now and I was like, this is retarded. But you don't know what you don't know. And there was no one to teach me at that point. Now, the reality is, from there, I eventually learned that there was better systems than that and moved on to a system called My PT Hub, which is now not what I recommend. I would recommend you go and use Kahunas, which is a far better platform. If you want to use that, if you use kahunas.com/Charlie, you get a slight discount, I believe. Now, what I did from there, I started to do some one-to-one coaching, maybe £100 for 12-week programs. After that, I then launched an 8-week transformation program called Shred&8. This fucking exploded. And I was like, this is the best idea ever. The reality is, it was actually the worst thing to do. Yes, I was making money. We at one point got up to having 1,000 people on every 8 weeks, and I was charging, I think, £150 a go, and I was like, I'm fucking balling, like Mac Daddy right now. I thought it was the shit. Now, in the meantime, I'd had a friend helping me with some sales training, and I remember distinctly sitting in Starbucks in Kingston, and I sold a guy for 8 weeks for £500 on a program. And I was like, holy fucking shit. My hands were shaking. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was elated. The reality is now someone pays £500. I'm literally not bothered. It's 5 hours in ad spend. It's context, right? Now, why I say that is I still remember the client's name. I think his name was Danny. Now, let's say when Danny signed up, I was so happy and I couldn't be even more elated. But what happened with this that was more important wasn't the money, is it broke the limiting belief. Because at that point, I only believed people would pay £40 to £100 for a fitness program. The reality is that couldn't be further from the truth. And what I'm about to say is going to shock you. And this literally blew my head off at the time. I had a client probably 2 weeks after this who I got on a call who came from my 8-week program, who'd previously paid me £100 for 8 weeks from the US. He then signed up for my fitness program for 12 months for £9,000. It's like $12,000. I was like, holy fucking shit. His name was Jared from the US, and I still remember him now, and he's actually still part of the program. I think we probably made $30,000 or something from him, that one client, that period of time. Now, what I suddenly realized was this. Yes, I can get loads of clients in this cheap 8-week thing that's a pain in the ass. To talk full context, we get 1,000 people would start on the same day. The My PT Hub platform would crash because it couldn't handle that many users, and we'd have loads of people complaining. It was pretty stressful. Or I'd get one dude like Jared and coach him myself. It's like, cool, let's just get one more person like that. And that's why I say to you, in reality, the fastest thing you can do to not make money is charge low prices. Now, what I did from there, transitioned to selling high ticket sales. From there, I went from doing 30 to 50,000. Within 8 months, I was doing 100. Literally fucking boomed. Just because I changed the pricing and what I was offering. And that's the reality in terms of what you really need to do. Now, the biggest mistake I see so many trainers making, and it's not your fault, is this. You're selling fucking monthly programs. And this isn't your fault, because a lot of time this is, I don't want to use the word retard, but I'm going to use the word retard mentors. I'm going to tell you to use monthly programs because it's easy for beginners to sell because you're not confident in pricing. Fuck being confident in pricing. You need to be confident in yourself. You need to back yourself. And the reality is the quickest way to not make money is sell monthly programs. And it's also the worst way for clients to get results because psychologically not commit to the program. Now, I'll break it down for you like this. Say you want to make £50,000 a month, which is like life changing. One of our clients, Adam Lowe on the mastermind, if you listen to this, big props to you, just crushed it, got through the 50k mark. Now, if you want to make 50,000 a month, that means, say you charge a high price, roughly, say it's £300 a month. You then need to sign up 166 people paying monthly at $300 a month to hit that. That's pretty challenging when you factor in like churn and all the other stuff. Or the reality is you can try and sign up 16 people a month at 3k for the year. I know what I'd rather try and sign up, 16 a month. And the reality is money now in your pocket is much more valuable than money later, because money later may never come. And this is what most people don't understand. Like, oh, I want to build my monthly recurring revenue. It's like, don't be a pussy, try and sell up front and then downsell to monthly if you need to. This is the proven way that we teach in our perfect presentation formula to make more money. What you want to do is you want to charge up front at the start of the program to get the client committed, and then you want to put them into monthly recurring after the fixed term. So that's what we focus on doing. And the reality is for you to build your business, that's really all you need to do. The next thing I want to say is a complete fucking waste of time is eBooks. Do not be selling eBooks for like $9.97, £5, £20, £30. Any cheap product you sell is going to completely devalue your program. So you want to focus on selling high ticket programs. So if you start trying to sell low ticket programs at the same as high ticket, it doesn't work. And trust me, I tried that, because the Shred and 8 program that I mentioned, I was trying to run that a lot on ads at the same time I'm selling my high ticket. And what was happening? People who were coming through who were looking to then buy the high ticket program were like, well, I saw this Shred and 8 thing you've got. That's £99 or whatever. It says personalized diet plan and training program. I was like, for fuck's sake. So then they don't go and buy the £1,200 thing or £1,500 thing or £3,000 thing. And this is why I say to you, I've been there and made all these mistakes, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes as well. So charging a low ticket price is not something you want to do. But if you want to have a low ticket program as a downsell, here's the secret. I'm going to call it the Voldemort method. What you do, you don't fucking talk about it. To the open world, it doesn't exist. But what you do is you keep it up your back sleeve. So when you have a sales call and you've got a prospect who's not that great or they can't afford the program, you downsell them to the Voldemort product. If, for example, you have a lead who inquires, who you don't want to take a sales call with, who's not that good, you send them to the Voldemort product. That's click and buy. Now, this is how you make more money, because you can sell high, you can sell low, but the high prices aren't being affected by the marketing of the low price products, which is what I see happens a lot. The last thing I want to talk about is why the automated programs are a complete fucking waste of time. So I'm not going to use the brand names on here, but I actually use one of those for a low ticket program now, and I wouldn't use them again if I started fresh. I've already got the system, so we just downsell people into it. But any software platform that takes like 20-30% of your revenue is a fucking terrible idea. By the time, unless you're in Dubai, by the time you pay tax on top of that as well, you basically don't have a business. It's a complete waste of time. So the reality you have to think about as well now is the way AI is working. You need personalization and personal touch, right? Because anyone can go in ChatGPT-4 and put, I need a keto fat loss diet for 2,200 calories for a man who likes steak and chicken. It'll give you a diet plan. I want 5 meals a day. It gives it to you. So why do you need these shitty AI app programs? You don't. So the reality is I'd still way clear of that, and that's a huge distraction most people don't understand, and they're sold into it by these big programs who have influencers who they work for. Now, the reason they do this for influencers is because influencers don't actually want to run a business. They want to influence. They want to make content, and I respect that, and that's cool, and it actually works really well for a lot of them. But unless you have 3 million followers on Instagram, you selling a program at $47 a month is the quickest way not to make any money. In particular, when you give 20 to 30% of that away to the software company. Now, this is the proven process to make the most money possible. Focus on booking calls, closing calls. All you do is you close them into the high ticket programs. If you can't close them into high ticket programs, what you do is you sell them down to the Voldemort offer, which is the low ticket program that no one else knows about. If you do this over and over and over again, this will help you to build your business to a level where you actually have financial income and have a decent profit margin to keep growing the business. And if you're in the position where you're looking with help to keep growing the business, you hit the link below this podcast and book in a free call with myself and the team to map out that entire journey for you, how we can take you from a 0 to 50K, maybe like Tops did, or depending on where you want to take your business to. And if you enjoyed the podcast, make sure you smash the like button and share it with a friend who really needs to hear this, whether they're doing the BS with eBooks, low ticket, or where it might be, because this could truly change their life.